Today, Americans feel increasingly unsafe. It's not hard to understand why, since it has become impossible to disregard or dismiss the unraveling of law and order across the country over the past few years. Whether it's the lack of law enforcement on the border, anti-police rhetoric, or weakened punishments for the violent crimes, Americans know the shift away from law and order, right and wrong, is tearing all the fabric of the communities. Crime is at a 25-year high across the entire country. Unfortunately, my home state of Mississippi is not immune from this trend. Our capital, Jackson, has recorded more than 100 homicides for the 3 consecutive years. It's the same song, different verse in our nation's very own capital, where overall crime is up 25% since last year. In fact, Washington, D.C.'s murder rate is 34% higher today than this time last year. Auto thefts are up 110% in this city. What has the response been from the Democratic leadership? Well, it certainly has not made public safety a priority. Mr. President, public safety should not be a political issue. It is not virtue signaling to lessen punishments for violent criminals. It is just dangerous. It's not progressive to pretend the breakdown in border security and subsequent flood of fentanyl aren't contributing to the surges in the crime and death. It is nonsense. Americans who live in the greatest nation in the world, at the very least, deserve to feel safe. We deserve to live in a country of law and order. Yes, it is time to say enough is enough to the radical policies embraced by the Democratic Party that have only resulted in more crime, more fear, and more tragedies. I yield the floor.